is it just a sequence of random events, or every incident is like a synchronous event which is leading to our ultimate destination? Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am here to share my views on the same. Belonging to a middle class family from Lucknow, I have always been a hard-working student. My elder brother being an IITian, I have always had a dream to crack the IT exam. I slogged day and night, and I was sure I'll get through the exam very easily. However, when the results came, I was totally shocked. I could not qualify the list. I was short of just few marks. That totally disheartened me. But life had some other plan for me. I actually asked for 2 I's in IIT, but life gave me 3 I's, IIT, triple IT. And those 4 years were totally amazing. I actually worked with computers which I love. I also participated in dramatics. Also, I finally got a place in world's largest e-commerce firm, Amazon. After looking back, I just felt all that happened in my life, the college that I got, was somewhat good only. But to add that, I actually met a friend from school who got admission to IIT Delhi, and from him I learned about the cutthroat competition in the IITs. He did not even get any time for extracurricular activities, and he got the branch known as Material Sciences Engineering, which never inspired him, and after 4 years of BTech, he ultimately got into an IT job. After learning that and seeing this, I just felt not getting into IT was ultimately a blessing in disguise for me. Now moving forward in life, I worked in Amazon for a year, then I obtained my management degree, and after that I decided to quit my job and prepare for civil services exam. That's the toughest exam in the world, sir. I didn't left any stone unturned. I studied from geography to history, from economics to politics, from ethics to international relations, everything I could. This time I thought I would crack it, but again, life had some other plan for me. I could not qualify the exam. I gave 4 attempts. I didn't want to go back to the private sector again. Didn't have any government job at hand. So I decided I would just go home and then think about it. And within a month, what happened was a nationwide lockdown due to pandemic was called. And I was thankfully in the comfort of my home with my parents in a most vulnerable time. And then when the time was right, I actually got through Reserve Bank of India, a job where I'm staying in Mumbai, in South Bombay, a good work-life balance that I have. And also, I'm able to use all my skills that I've learned so far. But when I compare and look at the life in IAS exam, there the work pressure is too much. Always political pressure from the top. Apart from that, there is no work-life balance, that they have no time for personal life, and also they are posted in a tier 2 or a tier 3 city. Now again, I see back and I think that maybe what happened was best for me. So by now my belief system was starting to take some shape. I wanted something else, but got something else, and it was best for me. I couldn't even predict what life gave me, what was better for me. And I feel like life is not just random events that is happening on day-to-day basis. Rather, all the events are synchronizing one after the another, and they are leading me ultimately to my destination. Now, I have a belief that we need to trust life. Rather than worrying about the life or the future or about the purpose, I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to think what will happen tomorrow and what will not. I want life to remain a mystery rather than trying to decode it all the time. With this in mind, friends, I would like to give you a message from my own personal experiences that we need to trust life. Thank you.
So Toastmaster Munesh works at RBI. So if I say something wrong during my evaluation, maybe my bank account can get freezed. That's why let's focus on the good aspects of his speech. One thing which we all can learn from Toastmaster Munesh is the way how to transition your speech into a very smooth way. Like his IIT dream or his civil services dream, the transition was very, very smooth. There was no bump or speed breaker in his icebreaker. That was really something that I loved. The other parts of the speech, let's talk about the basics. Like if I talk about eye contact, he maintained his eye contact very nicely. If I talk about body language, his hands were also moving very nicely. He used the stage also very nicely. So I'll also have to use the stage, so I'll just move a little. Okay, only 2 people left. Other aspect of his speech, which I really loved, was how he inculcated the theme synchronicity in his speech. At different instances of his speech, he mentioned that how synchronicity or how things which he did not plan happened, and it happened for the good. One more thing that was the showstopper for me in his speech was the calm and composed nature which he had while delivering his speech. It felt as if he was meditating on the stage. He was really very calm and composed. Talking about meditating or like an ice on the stage he was, let's talk about something that can get my bank account freezed. If I talk about your speech, if somebody asks me about you, I can tell him about your IIT dream, your civil services dream. But what if somebody asks me, how was the childhood of Toastmaster Munesh? I won't be able to tell him much because your speech did not have things like your childhood or maybe your relatives or maybe your first crush which you saw synchronously or whatever, synchronous. One more thing as a recommendation which I would want to give you is the better use of time. Your speech was 4 minutes and 36 seconds. You had 2 extra minutes which you could have used to talk about something else. So as a recommendation, I would want that in your next speech, you make a little better use of time. And finally, I would like to tell you, if you were to ask me, have I broken the ice nicely in my icebreaker speech? You have broken the ice as nicely as we humans have broken the ice on the North Pole due to global warming. You have done it very nicely. Wow. So my advice would be, keep meditating on the stage. We love to see you and all the best for your future journey. Thank you so much.